Liberal defeatocrats are like homos in an airport bathroom. You always know exactly what they're going to do. So don't take a person with a lot of smarty stuff to have been able to figure out how they was going to treat vice presidential nominee Sarah Palin. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't voting for her and McCain. She's got a slut for a daughter and he can't salute the flag. Those ain't my values. Alan Keyes is the only man who's going to bring this country back to Levitical teachings, so he's the only one I'm going to vote for. But I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror and call myself a man if I didn't defend the honor of that pretty little girl against the stones getting thrown at her. And don't it make a lot of sense that liberals would want to pick on the girl with the retarded child instead of the war hero with the will the gooks couldn't break? After the debates last night, the liberal press kept asking why Mrs. Palin weren't out talking to the press. Well, why would she? Every time she opens her mouth, they try to make her look stupid. Just take a look at how the liberal media twisted a real good point she made about Russia into a joke.
You can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska, from an island in Alaska.
What insight does that give you into what they're doing in Georgia?
Well, I'm giving you that perspective of how small our world is and how important it is that we work with our allies to keep good relations with all of these countries, especially Russia.
See, she didn't say she could see Russia from her house. She said they're neighbors and you gotta keep an eye on neighbors. Like last year, this guy buys a house next to me, but he don't seem to have no wife. I had to keep an eye on him to make sure he weren't no homosexual pedophile that wanted to kidnap the neighbor's kids, shoot them full of crack, and have homosex with them. Neighbors. Another one of the lies they tell about Sarah Palin is that she don't answer the question. Well, she do answer the question, and then them Obama zombies keep asking the same question again and again and again.
My understanding is Rick Davis recused himself from the dealings in that firm, I don't know how long ago, a year or two ago, and that he's not benefiting from that. And, you know, I would hope that that's the case.
But he still has a stake in the company, so isn't that a conflict of interest?
Again, my understanding is that he recused himself from the dealings with Freddie and Fannie, any lobbying efforts on his part there, and I would hope that that's the case.
See how she answered the question twice and that woman keeps asking the same question? Except it's just a little tiny bit different. It's like if somebody asks me, are you hungry? And I say no. And they say, do you want something to eat? And I say no. And they say, well, if you want to put something in your belly, well, I ain't hungry. And Rick Davis recused himself of the dealings. Now, even though God's going to pick Alan Keyes to be president, he's going to look after Sarah Palin. Why?
You know, I'm not looking at poll numbers.
Just like President Bush, she don't care what the rest of the country thinks. Like I said, I ain't voting for her, but I like her style. I'm Billy Bob Neck. God is love.